too late to jump into that teacher training. It is a hybrid model, which is really cool. So you don't actually have to be attending in person. And then the next teacher training happens next fall. So again, any questions, see me before you leave. Let's get started in child's pose. And right here in child's pose, as you show up perfectly imperfect as you are in the space that you're meant to be in, allow yourself a nice cleansing sigh out through the mouth. And then use that exhalation to allow your body to settle. Right, like start to let the hips drop down towards the heels. Maybe your knees start to spread a little wider on your mat. You might even start to stretch your fingertips further towards the front of your mat and spread your toes wide. Come on in, you're good. And then from this space, take another deep breath in. Let out a sigh and exhale out, and then ground your hands and the tops of your feet down into the mat. Get grounded. And then take one more deep breath in. Big exhale out. Downward facing dog. From here, continue to integrate your body onto the mat. Keep your fingers and your toes spread wide. Press the knuckles of the fingers and the palms down into the mat. And then with softness in your knees, start to press your heels down too. Ground down like earth. With an inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling, bend your knee, open up the hip. And then go for some ankle circles, clockwise, counterclockwise. Yeah, and then take another deep breath and lift the knee up even higher, open up a little bit more. Downward facing dog. Inhale your opposite leg up towards the ceiling, bend the knee, open the hip up. Take on the ankle circles. And keep your hands pressed down into the mat. Draw your belly towards your thigh as you lift your knee up and open the hip. Downward facing dog. Set your gaze in between your hands, step your feet forward, ragdoll. Now start to work the four corners of the feet. Press them down into the mat so much that your 10 toes, they lift and they spread. And you might even use your fingers to give yourself an assist here to lift and spread your toes apart. Take some gentle movement side to side. Release the low back here. On an inhale, extended mountain, stretch up towards the ceiling. Keep your fingers spread wide. Exhale, palms together at the front of your chest, Anjali Mudra. And then set your intention for class tonight. I am strong. I am brave. I'm enough. Like something that resonates with you. And we'll start class together with 3 ohms. Take a breath in. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, chest forward. Downward facing dog, chest back. Inhale together. Exhale together. Now listen for the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, one more. Listen for the exhale. Move to the front of your mat. Take a halfway lift up. Fold. Extended mountain. Breathe in. Reach up and go back. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Flat back. Chaturanga. Keep your belly pulled into your spine and then lift, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, press your hands and feet down. Inhale. Exhale, soften the shoulder blades onto the back. Last breath in. Fully empty. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift, belly to spine. Bow. Sunday, rise up and go back. Open your chest up. Bow forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Breathe in. And out. 2 more. Last one. Get ready on the exhale. Jump forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Rise up. Go up and back as far as you can. Bow down, bend the knees. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 new breaths. Breathe in. As you exhale, soften your knees, bend them. Yeah, 1 more breath in. Bend the knees as you exhale, and then jump your feet forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Last Sunday, explode up and back. Awaken your body. Forward fold. Halfway lift up. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Yeah, breathe together. Beautiful. Last breath in. Get ready here and then jump. Lift up. Bow down. Utkatasana. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, warrior 1. Stay here for a few breaths. And use the heat and the breath to work the pose. See if you can step your right foot even further to the top of your mat. And then as you exhale, stack the knee on top of the ankle. Yeah, just like that. Now take another breath in. Stretch your chest up and back. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Ujjayi. Let the breath work the pose here. Press your back heel down into the mat. Yeah, and then start to ground both heels down like earth. Breathe in to lift up and back. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take 1 breath in. Exhale, get ready, and then jump forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Utkatasana, chair. Fold. Halfway up. Chaturanga. Yeah, sun salutation B here. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Take 1 breath this time to stretch up and back. Chaturanga. Up dog. To down dog, and then switch sides. Step your left foot forward. There's no rush here. Take your time to open the chest up, and then on your exhale, flow like water down. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Big breath in. Clearing, exhale out. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Full inhale, halfway lift. Bow, exhale. Chair pose, drop your hips, lift your chest. Fold. Halfway up, chaturanga. Now you have the option to skip the chaturangas if you need to. When you get to downward facing dog, step your right foot forward, warrior 1. Inhale, stretch up and go back. Exhale, flow like water down. Up dog. To down dog, step your left foot forward. Ground down like earth to go up and back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full exhale, move forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Utkatasana. Fold. Halfway lift up. Chaturanga or step back into down dog. When you get to downward facing dog, step your right foot forward, warrior one. Lift and spread the 10 toes to activate the feet. Chaturanga. Yeah, really good. Up dog to downward facing dog. Switch sides. Take a bigger step and lunge down deeper. Chaturanga. Nice, Bob. Up dog to down dog. Another inhale. Yeah, give up what you must on the exhale to move forward and begin again. Halfway lift up, bow down. Utkatasana. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, last sun salutation B. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right side warrior one. Chaturanga. Up, down, left side warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, chest forward. Downward facing dog, chest back. Yeah, take a cleansing breath. Inhale through your nose. Open the mouth, say ah. Yeah, do that again. Breathe in. Ah. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Press your heel back like you were going to press the wall. Yeah, press against my hand, actually. So your entire leg is fired up. Press, press, press. All right, now flip your dog. So you're going to bring your lifted foot all the way down towards the ground. Yeah, and then use the feet. Ground the heels down to create length in the spine so you can lift your chest forward. Now take another breath in. Plank right side. Press your right hand down. Extend your left arm up towards the lights. You can have the option to drop a knee to the ground, come to your forearm, take on a variation that works from you so you can build from a place of power. Now hug everything into your center line. Take this next breath to stretch up. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Ha. Yeah, when you find yourself breathing heavy or feeling the need to catch your breath, take a sigh out as a reset. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Press your heel straight back so you can squeeze your leg muscles, skin to bone. Now bend your knee, flip over for flip dog. Wrap your inner thighs in towards one another. And it might even help, May, and everyone to bring your feet in so you're about hip width distance. Yeah, now start to stretch your chest towards the windows. Plank left side. Oh, girl, you got wheel pose next time. We'll get you there. Now stack, shoulder on top of wrist. And then from there, create a straight line up to your top shoulder and your top wrist. And allow your gaze to go up, right? Where our gaze goes, energy flows. So take this next breath to look and stretch up. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Ha. Lift your right leg towards the ceiling. Step it forward, crescent lunge. And start to feel the heat wash over your body, right? You've shifted from awakening now into vitality. So use the heat that has woken you up and use it as energy to flow through the next few poses. And knit your front ribs into center, and now stretch up and back. Hands to heart center, twist to the right, revolving crescent lunge. Press your left thigh up towards the ceiling. Yeah, and then extend the crown of your head towards the window so you have a nice long straight line here. Now integrate the exhales. Use them to twist your chest up towards the ceiling. You have 2 more breaths. Last inhale. Yeah, stay for the exhale, and then lift up to center crescent lunge. Open to warrior two. Stack the front knee on top of your ankle. Yeah, even more. Like when you think you can't, consider you have a little bit more room to drop down and create something new. Extended side angle. Now your hand, right, your forearm can go on your thigh, and you can continue to rotate the kneecap towards the pinky toe, or you can bring it down towards a block. Use this top hand now to stretch it towards the front of the room so you have a nice long extension in your side body here. Yeah, really good. Now as you exhale, right, lift the chest up. Good. Last breath in. Chaturanga, hands down, flow like water here. Let it be soft. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Step it through crescent lunge. Use the inhale to go up and back. Yeah, and then start to settle into the pose. Press down into the front four corners of your left foot. Yeah, get grounded and then lunge down even more. Yeah. Take another breath in. Twist to the left. Inhale to create length in your spine from your right heel to the crown of your head. Exhale to twist from your thoracic spine, the middle of your chest here. Start to rotate it up towards the lights. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Yeah, breathe out. Listen for it. Another breath in. Exhale, and then lift up. Crescent lunge. Warrior two. And start to take note here. Like, listen for the breath. Is it starting to become shallow and fast? Take this sigh and get reintegrated down into the pose. Spread your fingers wide. Stretch your arms apart. Extended side angle. And keep externally rotating your left thigh so it opens up. Nice right there, Eden. And then as your shoulders soften into your back, you can press your thoracic spine towards the front of your chest. Take another breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Jump your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Come into cactus arms. Yeah, notice how your shoulders start to soften right into the back here. Feel your chest start to open up. Now bring your hands to your palms. Keep everything right where it's at. Twist to the right. Yeah, so collarbone spread wide, thoracic spine, press it towards the front of your chest. And then from here, you may start to feel your body want to open up even more. So the arms may start to come apart. And then maybe you start to think, okay, well, what's next for me here? Is it bird of paradise? Is it side crow? Or am I staying right where I'm at because this is what's perfect for me? You have 3 more breaths to go where you're going. Yeah, 1 more. Exhale it out, and then everybody chair pose. Lift up to center for 1 breath. Now bow forward on the exhale. Yeah, straighten the legs, drop the head down. Let your neck and spine be nice and long. Interlace your fingers together. Place the palms of your hands on the back of your neck. It's a self-assist to just create length in your neck, from your shoulders to your ears. Release your grip, chair pose. Keep dropping your hips even closer to the ground. Take cactus arms. Integrate the shoulders onto your back. Expand the collarbones wide. Now sit another inch lower. Twist to the left. Now go where you're going. Arms, palms can stay together, arms can open. If your arms are opening, this is like the idea of like, hey, what's next for me? My arms are open. Now can I go for a half bind by dropping my top arm behind my back? Or maybe there's a full bind possible, which may lead to bird of paradise. Really good. If you're in bird, press the four corners of your bottom foot down. Pull into your belly. Extend your chest up. Yeah. Everybody, 2 more breaths right where you're at. You got it. And then on your final inhale, I want you to lift up to center, chair pose. Bow forward, take gorilla. Slide the palms of your hands under your feet. Bend or straighten your legs as much as you need to here. Yeah, Olivia and everyone drop your head down to the ground. There it is. I saw that, Tracy. Crow pose. Move to the top of your mat if you're not already there. This will give you access to the opportunity of jumping back into low plank when that's right for you. Take your hands wide for a wide foundation. And then you're going to bring your knees to the backs of your triceps and lift onto your tippy toes. Kara, move your gaze to the front of your mat. To the front of your mat. Yeah, take your gaze there too, and then go up. You're here for 5, 4, you got it, 3, 2, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Big breath in, cleansing breath out. Lift onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, float forward. Halfway lift up, bow. Extended mountain, stretch up towards the ceiling. Eagle right side, wrap your right arm under your left, wrap your right leg over your left leg. Yeah, and then keep listening for the breath in the room. Ujjayi. Let it flow through your body. Left side eagle. Wrap your left arm under your right, wrap your left leg over your right. Lift your pelvis towards the front of your belly button. Yeah, now drop your hips down. Right side eagle. Keep your breath flowing and then notice, okay, I have the breath. Now where's my gaze? And if it's moving, that's okay. Just be committed to setting it right here on something that's not. And then notice what's possible when you integrate your breath and your drishti, your gaze together. One more breath in. Switch sides. Lift your elbows up and away from your body. Yeah, just like that. Notice the extra space that you just created. Now drop your pelvis down. Breathe in and release. Come to stand at the top of your mat. Grab your right knee or your right big toe for right side standing leg raise. And you'll start with it right out in front of you. Yeah, get grounded in the left foot by pressing the 4 corners of the feet down, and then press the crown of your head up tall. Then from a tall foundation, open your right leg up, or open your leg to the right side of the room. Yeah, as you inhale, get taller. As you exhale, press your leg behind you, airplane. And take your time to transition here. Utilize your core as a tool in the transition. Pull the pit of the belly in towards the spine and lift your chest up. half moon. Reach your right arm and leg up towards the ceiling. You can bring your left hand down towards the ground or bring it to a water bottle or block. Yeah, and then see if you can even open the right hip a little bit more. Stack it on top of the left as you stretch up and open. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left side standing leg raise. Flex your ankles so your toes lift up towards your face. Nice, Kylie. And then from here, get tall, right? Press the crown of the head. Open to the left side of the room. Keep the ankle flexed, so toes up. Yeah, so your both heels are pressing down, even the lifted one. Take another breath in. Exhale to airplane. Press the heel of the lifted leg back like you were touching a hand or a wall. And then squeeze in skin to muscle to bone so you can lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. And you're going to use this active lifted leg to open up for half moon. So keep lifting it up as you stretch your left arm up now. You look up at your fingers, spread them wide. Let your whole body be active. Toes to toes, fingers to fingers. Take your gaze up, forward fold. Dancer right side. Slowly rise up. And then take your right hand, grab the inside of your right ankle. Kick straight back. Stretch your left arm forward and then up. So you want to lift your chest up towards your hand. Switch sides, left side dancer. And if you need a moment, take a moment and then get into the pose. Be in the listening for what the body needs. Press your thoracic spine towards your chest so you can expand your collarbones wide and then lift up. Switch sides. Do dancer right side again. This time you're going to be here for a 6 count. All right, and I want you to utilize the count to keep working the pose, to see where you can go, to find a new edge or limit tonight. Like what's possible. 1, 2, yeah, reach towards me. 3, 4, lift up. 5, 6, switch sides. Kick back and lift up. Eden, everyone, grab the inside of your ankle so you can open up your chest and your shoulder here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to stand, take tree right side. Bring your right foot above or below your left knee. Ground down like earth. Press your right foot into your left thigh just as much as you press your left foot down into the mat. And then lift up. Left side tree. Hug into your core, and then start to lift your rib cage up and away from your pelvis. Yeah, so think about your chest lifting up towards the ceiling. Allow your chest to fully open up here. Take a final breath in. Exhale, come to stand at the top of your mat. And then take another inhale, extended mountain, stretch up. Exhale, bow down. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, triangle. Your back foot, make it parallel to the edge of your mat. And then shift your hips back towards the cubbies. Yeah, shift your hips back so much that you feel your right thigh kind of shove in towards your hip socket here. Keep this leg straight. Take this one forward even more. Yeah, now take your chest and look up. Spread your fingers, lift, and then come all the way up to stand. Namaste, front facing, forward fold, or side facing, wide leg forward fold. Let's try that first. As you hinge at your hip crease, bend the backs of your knees slightly. And then notice how you can lift your pelvis up even more towards the ceiling. And let your head be nice and long here. Take your right hand, grab your left ankle, twist to the left. And if you're in an inversion, stay right where you're at. That's beautiful, Renee. Good, now switch sides. Take your left hand, grab your right ankle, twist to the right. Open your chest up. Inversions, make your way down. Everybody come to center. Use your next inhale to hug and lift up. Namaste, front facing, forward fold. Now pivot both feet to the front of the room. As you bow down, press your sit bones back, straight back to the wall or the cubbies behind you. Yeah, see how close you can get your stomach to your thighs here. Press both heels down, and then from your heels, start to squeeze and wrap your inner thighs up. Twisting triangle, lift up halfway and twist to the right. Yeah, Susan and everyone, press the crown of your head forward and then draw your right hip back. Breathe in here to get long. Exhale to twist. Take one more breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, triangle. See if you can make your feet really wide apart. So take your front foot even further to the front of your back. Yeah, and then draw your hips back so you feel this nice deep stretch in your left thigh muscle. And then from here, start to tuck the pelvis. So lift it up towards your belly button and then lift up and back. Yeah, really, really good. Now use your next inhale. Lift up, side facing wide leg forward fold. Pivot your toes to the right side of the room. Hinge at your hips down. So you could look at getting into another inversion, or you could take your hands, interlace your fingers behind your back for a bind. Wherever you're at, bring the breath. In through your nose, out through your nose. Let it be steady and let it move you. You have 3 more breaths wherever you're at. Inversion, slowly come all the way down. And then everyone together on your final breath, rise back up to stand for Namaste, front facing forward fold. Feet forward towards the front of your mat. And even in this pose, you can spread your feet a little bit further apart. You'll know that you're too far apart when your back heel starts to lift up and away from the ground, right? That's an indicator to bring it in some. But if you feel like you have plenty of space, take your back foot, step it back even more, and bow forward. Yeah, default here is for the right hip to want to open up. Drop the right hip down, draw the left hip back. Awesome. Now use your next inhale to lift up halfway. Twist to the left, twisting triangle. Yeah, keep this back heel ground down. Nice, Tara. And then press the crown of your head forward to keep your spine long. Okay, last breath in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose, cleansing breath out through the mouth. High plank. You're going to lower to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Locust. Bring your arms back behind you. Turn your palms down towards the mat. Tuck your toes under so you can press through your heels. Yes, really good. And then crown of the head forwards. Feel your body stretch apart. Come all the way down. Take your knees, bend them, sway your legs side to side to release the low back here. And then go again. Tuck the toes, hug into your center line to lift up. Stay long. And something that might help is by tucking the chin, Jalandhara Bandha. Tuck the chin so it points straight down to your mat. And now press the crown of your head forward. Yes. Okay, as you exhale, come all the way down. Bend the knees, sway side to side. And then reach back for your ankles, floor bow. Hug in and lift up. Yeah, and you can do one at a time if that's what's accessible for you tonight. You could just reach for your right ankle. But draw your thighs together. Laura and everybody, draw them together. Now press your thighs down. Lift your chest up. Come all the way down. Knees side to side. One breath. And then you'll go again. You'll either grab both ankles or you'll switch and grab the left ankle. And think about your thighs wrapping in towards one another. Use the tops of them to press down into the mat and then kick your shins straight back. For 3, look up. 2, 1, come all the way down, knees side to side. Upward facing dog, palms by your lowest rib cage. Lift your chest up and forward. Camel, drop to your knees. So option here to do single camel, right foot forward first, or to just keep both knees on the ground. Either way, you're looking at taking your hands into your back pocket and then lifting your rib cage up and away. Ujjayi, breathe here. On your next inhale, hug in and then use your exhale to come all the way up. Drop your bum to your heels, tuck your toes, yogi toes. Let's take a moment here. Inhale in and out, reset. And then last time, go again. Either switch or do camel again. Right, so if you had your right foot forward, you'll take your left foot forward this time. Or leave both knees on the ground. Either way, I want you to think about stacking your hips and keeping them stacked on top of your knees. Hips forward, chest up and back. For 3, 2, 1. Use your exhale to come up, drop your bum to your heels, tuck your toes. Sit back for a moment. And then swing your legs out in front of you, lie onto your back, bridge pose. 1 bridge, 6 wheels, right? So it's in Journey into Power, so that's what I'll call tonight. And though you'll be in the listening of what works for my body. Because yoga looks a little different on everybody. And it's not right nor wrong, good nor bad. It's what's perfect actually for you and what your needs are. And that could look different day to day. Yeah, so here in bridge pose, set your feet hip width distance. Yeah, and then wrap your thighs in, press the feet down. 2 more breaths. Good, last one. Tuck the chin, come down. Take the knees side to side, release the low back. And then what's next is wheel number 1. You're going to tuck your hands behind your shoulders, press into your hands and feet to rise up. And if wheel's not there for you, you'll go into bridge for 3, 2, 1, tuck the chin, come all the way down. Nice, May, really good. Yeah, and then you reset and you get ready for number 2. Wheel pose, tuck, press down, and lift up. And you're just here for 3, right? 3, 2, 1, come all the way down. I want everyone to point your toes to 12 o'clock. Keep your feet pointed straight ahead. And then wheel number 3, press down, hug in, lift. Yeah, you're right here and you're ready now. Thighs in, heels down. 3, 2, 1, come down. You're halfway done, yogis. Yeah, 3 down, 3 to go. You're ready right now. Wheel pose number 4, rise up. Yeah, be a stand for the person next to you. Be a stand for yourself. Breathe loud. Be here for 3, 2, 1, come down. Yeah, and just like that, 4 down, only 2 left. So what are you waiting for? Wheel number 5 right here. Go up. 3, 2, 1, come all the way down. Breathe in, let it go, and then final wheel pose. Yogis, rise up. This time you're here for 5. If you can, you must. 5, 4. Yeah, I love the lifted legs. 3, 2, 1. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together. Let your arms be open and long by your side. Slow exhale out through the mouth. Feel your body settle. And what a perfect time to acknowledge the work that you've put in this far, like you've made it. And that's huge. Happy baby. Grab the outside edges of your ankles or your shins. I tend to move my grip from my feet or ankles down towards my calves. And what that gives me access to is my entire spine, including my sacrum, touching the floor. Yeah, stillness or side to side, the choice is yours. Lift your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Flex the ankles, heels up, toes down towards your face. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lower your legs 30 degrees. Good, breathe in. Now exhale another 30. Inhale one more time. Exhale one more time here. Lift your chest, look at your toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. You'll go again. Listen for the breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Lower. Breathe in. Lower. Lift and look for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Lift your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Yeah, heels up. Press your heels up like you were stamping the wall. Hover your right leg right above the mat. And you're going to pulse up to the count of 10 to your left foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up. Hug your knees into your chest. This is it for abdominals. You have stability. You have 20 crunches that I will count you through. Hands behind your head, knees stacked over your pelvis. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Big hug. Yeah, and then extend your legs long. Bring your arms back behind your head. Stretch it out. Now hug your knees into your chest. Rock front and back 3 times. Come into downward facing dog. Right side half pigeon. Bring your right knee towards your right wrist. Keep your left leg extended long behind you. And if there's ever a time that you're unsure, feel free to take a peek around the room to give yourself an idea, right? Doesn't mean it's what the pose absolutely has to look like, but it gives you an idea of the shape of the pose. And then with every exhale here, settle the body. And soften your face. Soften your shoulders. Can you even bring ease and flow into your pelvis here as it drops down towards your mat? Trust your heart, not your head. I've been going through some personal things in my life recently, and I like to open up the Melody Beattie book in those times, and I turned to today's date, and that was the message. Trust your heart, not your head. Switch sides. And it got me thinking, like, one, how often do I trust my head over my heart? In work, in relationships, in my yoga practice? And what would actually be possible for me if I shifted my way of thinking and being and started to trust my heart a little bit more than my head? And so even here in your yoga practice, like, what would that look like? Right? Because the head tends to be the ego a lot. Thinking about, well, am I doing this pose good enough? Maybe comparing to people around you. Or maybe it's your first yoga practice and you're like, holy shit, like, this is hard and I don't feel like this is meant for me because look at all the other people in the space who can do it and I can't. And what if you stepped out of the head and trusted your heart and really got into, like, well, how does the practice actually make me feel, though? I give up what it looks like. Like, when I'm on my mat, what does that do for me? And not just what it does for me when I'm on my mat, but when I leave tonight and I step out of the studio and off of my mat, like, how does that make me feel? And for me, I know that I feel instantly calmer, happier, relieved. Nicer. Yeah, so can you trust your heart a little bit more and get the thinking and the head space out of the way? 2 more breaths. Downward facing dog. Take the next breath or 2 to just take on whatever movement your body needs right here. And then come to a seated position for right side seated single leg extension. You're going to extend your right leg out in front of you, bring your left foot into your upper thigh. With a nice flat back, hinge forward towards your right leg. Draw your toes back towards your face. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Switch sides. Bring both legs together. Start by taking a breath in. Stretch your arms and chest over your head this time. And then bow forward over both legs. Reverse plank or tabletop. Bring your hands by your thighs or your hips, and then bend your knees and lift your chest and head up and back. There you have straight legs. You can bend your legs. Preference is all yours, and then let your head drop back. Stay for another inhale, and then come all the way down on the exhale for fish pose. You can use your forearms or a block. You won't be here super long. You're welcome. You're welcome. Last 2 breaths here. And when you've completed those breaths, set up for rejuvenation. That could be waterfall, shoulder stand, headstand, handstand. You're welcome. Now listen to the heart, not the head, not the ego, right? In this moment, in this practice, what is your body needing? Because just because you always do the head or handstand doesn't mean that that's what always your body needs. If you are in waterfall, go to plow pose, bring your legs behind your head. Inversions, make your way down into child's pose for a moment. And then plow pose to deaf man's pose. Bend your knees, wrap them around your ears. And then together, come onto your backs. Hug your knees into your chest for a brief moment. Give yourself a big, big hug. Supine twist to the right. Drop your knees to the right. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. Let your shoulders drop down towards the ground. And twist to the left. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Bring your feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. And then just pause here for a moment. Check in, acknowledge. Maybe you take this time to take your cold eye towel and put it on your body somewhere. That would feel good. Like, give yourself the opportunity to truly set up for a successful Shavasana. So whether it's another cleansing sigh, whether it's any extra movement, like take the next few seconds to take it on. And then one more time right here together. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. Shavasana. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring gentle movement to your fingers, your toes. Hug your knees into your chest, roll to your right side. Take a moment here to pause, to be with. And come up to a seated position, cross your legs, bring your hands to the front of your chest, palms together. We'll end class tonight with one final community Om. Take a breath in. Thumb knuckles to the middle of your forehead. We are loved, we are appreciated, and we are always enough. Together we bow forward and say, Namaste. Thank you all so much for showing up and being here and practicing with me and with one another. I said it before, but I'll say it again. It's so amazing and I just felt so much love in the space tonight, having so many of you come together again. I invite you to come back again next Monday, 5:45. I'll be here teaching. And until then, I thank you and I will miss you. Have a great night, everybody.